Hey, do you like chickens? How about chicken pot pie? How about chicken nuggets?
Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Can't get on, can't get off. Chicken train, take the chickens away.
Hey everybody, Wyoming James checking in again. Day number three from the urban micro farm. So get out here this morning, open up the trailer, give them a little bit of sunlight, and check on everybody. It looks like, at first glance, zero loss. So we're as we get them kind of stirred around here, we'll make sure that's the case. But at first glance, it doesn't look like we lost any birds. Now. Water's completely empty again, so we're gonna have to. We might have to add more waters in here. I don't like having these birds going without totally. So we're gonna have to add probably a couple more waters just to make sure that they're staying hydrated enough. I'm always kind of gauging the food and water just to make sure. You know, I don't want them. You know, I don't want to have too much food, because if we have too much food in these, you know, they stand in these little ice trays, makeshift feeders, and they kind of mess on the feed, and we have a lot of loss there. Same way with the water. If we got too much, then they start splashing in it, tipping it over, and now we've got wet bedding, and we can have sick birds. So, but what I will do, I think we're going to need to add at least one more, probably two more waterers, just to make sure that they're not going without. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake loose here. We're going to get some more water in here and some more feed, and then we'll check out with you here shortly. So as it gets warmer, as these days get warmer and we have a lot less of these brisk mornings, I'm going to want to be able to kick this back door open and give these birds plenty of fresh air, plenty of light, and get some air circulation through here. Not a problem right now because it's so cool out still. But as these days get warmer and the next batch we do, we're going to want to keep these birds cool. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to leave this back door open, because they're at the mercy of any stray cat or raccoon that might come around. So what I want to do is I want to devise some type of mesh or screen, or maybe even chicken wire enclosure that I can put across here that'll keep them safe from any would-be predators, but it'll also give them the ability to have that fresh air and that sunlight and whatnot. So I'm going to probably work on that today. Hopefully I can get all the pieces rounded up for that. I think I've got some leftover chicken wire from the chicken tractors, and so hopefully I can get something across here so that we're able to give these birds plenty of fresh air, so to speak. So we'll work on that today. Stay with me. Okay, so I found some scrap materials, a couple of 1x2s, and some poultry netting or chicken wire that we had laying around, and started to construct that. Got a call from my old buddy Craig Clausen, and he was coming through town, and so I had to shake loose and go grab a bite to eat with him. While we were at breakfast, I was telling him some of my woes, some of my troubles about the cobalt blue adventure wagon, and how I'm having to replace the front leaf springs on that. And I had a couple of the big 24 millimeter bolts or nuts that were like seized on there just because of the rust. So he kindly offered to help me get those broke loose. So we broke those loose, and he went on his way, and I finished with this little project. So kind of a neat deal. I've got it set up like a gate on a barbed wire fence. So basically all we do, it's all the way down to the floor and all the way up here to the ceiling. I've got it, and all we do is pull it out like this, and we can open that up for them. And then to close it up, we just do the same thing. So that's just a quick, simple fix. It's going to keep the stray cats out of there, hopefully keep the raccoons out of there, so I can have the back of this open while I'm doing other things or during the day while I'm at work. So what I don't want happening is I don't want to just leave this door closed, because when I close this door it gets awful dark in there, and then they think it's always nighttime, so they're always roosted up. So birds are doing good. As I've been fitting this and getting it in here, I noticed we still have a couple that are pretty lethargic. So hopefully we can get them squared away, and hopefully they make it. But if not, we always plan on a certain amount of loss, and it just is what it is. So, but got this up there. I think I'm going to shake loose for a little bit, go do some other projects around here, and we'll catch up with you guys shortly. All right, so late in the evening now. We're just before sunset, and this door was open all day long, and nothing managed to make it in to eat any of our friends. So we're good to go here. So here's what we have going on. Our birds are getting all settled in for the evening. We got one that's pretty vocal, but we've got, oops, hooked on the poultry netting there. So yeah, we got one that's having some issues. Anyway, so we've successfully kept the predators out today. Now I don't know if it's going to work tomorrow. Mandy's a little concerned with this up here, but she thinks a cat is going to crawl up here and get in there. I personally don't think a cat's going to do that, but that's just me. So we've got these little critters all tucked in for bed. We've got the heat lamps on. They are ready to go night-night. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning. So what I got to do is I got to go post a video, probably 2 videos tonight, because I didn't post one last night. So we will be checking in with you. Today's day number 3. We'll be checking in with you day number 4 from the Urban Micro Farm. Adios.